the land to which you are passing to take it, and that your days may be prolonged on the land, of which the Lord swore to your fathers, that he would give to them and to their descendants, a land flowing with milk and honey. The land into which you enter to take it is not like the land of Egypt from which you came, where you sowed your seed, and watered it with your foot, like a vegetable garden. Numbers 13:23–24. And they came to the brook Eshcol, and from there they cut down a branch with a bunch of grapes, which they brought to on a stick, and of the pomegranates and of the figs. And that place was called the Valley of Eshcol, after the cluster that the children of Israel cut from there. B. The prophet's widow. 2 Kings 4:1–7. A woman, of the wives of the sons of the prophets, cried to Elisha, saying, Your servant my husband is dead, and you know that your servant feared the Lord, and the creditor has come to take 2 of my sons as servants. And Elisha said to him, What shall I do to you? Tell me what you have at home. And she said, Your servant has nothing in the house but a jar of oil. He said to him, Go and borrow vessels for yourself from all your neighbors, empty vessels, not a few. Go in then, and lock yourself and your children in, and pour into all the vessels, and when one is full, set it aside. And the woman went away, and closed the door, shutting herself in and her children, and they brought her vessels, and she poured out the oil. When the vessels were full, she said to one of her sons, Bring me still other vessels. And he said, There are no more vessels. Then she stopped the oil. Then she came and told the man of God, who said, Go and sell the oil, and pay your creditors, and you and your children live on what is left. C. The blessing avoids the crisis, the miracle is to cover the crisis. C. 1 Joseph in Potiphar's house. Genesis 39:5. And it came to pass, from the time he gave him charge of his house and all that he had, that the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house because of Joseph, and the blessing of the Lord was upon everything he had, both at home and in the field. 226. C. To the widow of Zarephath. 1 Kings 17:8–14. She then the word of the Lord came to him, saying, Arise, go to Zarephath of Sidon, and dwell there. Behold, I have commanded a widow there to support you. Then he got up and went to Zarephath. And when he came to the gate of the city, behold, a widow woman was there gathering wood, and he called her, and said to her, Please bring me a little water in a cup, so that I may drink. And she went to bring it to him, and he called her again, and said to her, I pray thee, also bring me a morsel of bread in thy hand. And she answered, As the Lord your God lives, I have no baked bread. I have only a handful of flour in the jar, and a little oil in a vessel, and now he was gathering 2 logs to go in and prepare it for me and my son, so that we could eat it and let ourselves die. Elijah said to him, Do not be afraid. Go, do as you have said. But first make me a small cake baked under the ashes, and bring it to me, and then you will do